So how y'all guys doing? So it seemed like somebody wants somebody to keep on going, and that's what the fuck this bitch gonna do. And I said, shit, I think all of us need her to keep going because I don't know who the fuck these weirdos is over there down the street around the corner 2 blocks down. And this bitch don't give a fuck. And everybody says, shit, they all can get it. And they act like they can't, nigga. Like, nigga, what the fuck is y'all doing? A lot of y'all weirdos need to go home. Hello, you got a home to get to. And everybody looking like, don't they? Them niggas got all these expensive shit and all this shit over here and all this shit over there, and they want to come and mess with the po folk, people that's homeless, people that's going through this, going through that, and y'all got riches and shit. I said, nigga, you don't want the po people to get together and come to your shit and tear it up, do you? Huh? Because I think that's what they can do. And it ain't hard for us to find your location, nigga, because you is public information. And you like, shit, don't I know it? Why they got me out there like that? They got all y'all motherfuckers out there like that. And you like, shit, I ain't even know that here too. Surveillance is here, baby. And you really looking like, yeah, I ain't even know that. Let me get the fuck up out of here. You shouldn't be here that long. And you really looking like, shit, I shouldn't be here at all. And you ain't even a public figure, but you could run from something, and I think people would vote for you. Because you have this type of disposition that says you care. And a lot of people that have been in office don't have that disposition. But they had it, but they lost it. And now they're trying to get it back. And they like, yeah, because that matters coming up soon. And they like, ain't that the truth? A lot of people don't want people to do this and do that, but shit, yeah, take care of yourself because you have to. And grandma said, yeah, rinse them off for me, grandbaby. And you got a grandma that say, shit, I've been watching them for years and they really did somebody a disservice. And you were like, yeah, I met them in person and that was kind of fucked up, and we really was trying to, you know what, start something so they can have something to do while they sit up here and try to figure this out and figure that out. And I said a lot of people would make it great around here because a lot of this energy is dead energy, and everybody says shit, what they do, that's what they did. And everybody gonna be like, yeah, that's kind of fucked up, and they ain't gonna never come back here again. I said shit, but I'll see them again. And I'll see them again, and you will see them again, and it'll be better. And I said, ain't that the truth? A lot of motherfuckers is trying to get this done, get that done, and she wouldn't mind having me there because I'm a high vibrational old person. Yeah, get them to come through too. And I said, shit, they fucking up everything. And I said, ain't that the truth? Y'all need to cash app this bitch. So I won't be out on the street. EEI grow 8, okay? Cash app. E is an egg, E is an egg, I is an igloo, G is an okay, grow the fuck up. R is in run your own business. And O is over. And you know what? W is what up, boo? And you like, shit, that bitch crazy. Could you say G for go? God said, ain't that the truth? And the number 8. Shit, EEI grow 8. So send me a cash app, y'all. So let's see what comes out, okay? And God says she ain't even really had all her motherfucking pills like she normally. And you know what? She up because somebody needs me to be up. Someone wants me to be doing these messages. And if they need this shit, I'ma hear, baby. Let's see what we can get out. You know what I'm saying? Who is this for? Remind me, niggas. Everybody says shit, cash app, boo. Cash app, somebody cash app. God said, ain't that the truth? Your old ass need to cash app too. Get your motherfucking fingers to get the walking, bitch. And you like, yeah, that's how she be talking to us. She don't give a fuck how old we is or not. We be like, yeah, we get it together in a minute, bitch. And them old motherfuckers will. And I said, ain't that the truth? I said, shit. Even that one old bitch said, yeah, she died too soon. And we really was looking for her to be a part of a lot of things for years to come. And everybody like, yeah, Even Miss Washington says, shit, I don't like you talking like this, and you wouldn't have never talked like this if she was around. And Grandma said, shit, at least she ain't fuck up the world. Give us some credit. But she almost there. And I said, shit, it took these many years, but I think she gonna be fucking up the world. And I said, ain't that the fucking truth? Damn, bitch. Who is this for again? Cancer women. And I said, yeah, this ain't good. I said, shit, that one right there, we both know that they will take a motherfucking sledgehammer and kill somebody. I said, shit, I'm gone. Let them know I'm out. Shit, I ain't even gonna stick around. Fuck that. And God said, shit, whatever y'all tried to do in the past, it will come to haunt your ass. And you act like it won't. I said, even this nigga is CC and seeing and saying, see, you know what? Let me see what y'all up to. I do the same thing too. And Grandma said, shit, ain't that some bullshit, boo? Clean up is here. You gonna have to clean up your act, nigga. See? And there's a lot of shit that's going around and everything, and everybody looking like your ass ain't been doing shit. And you was a grimy ass motherfucker and you don't give a fuck. You be like, yeah, you know what you laying on, you know what you doing, you know where you at, you know what you... We already been that nigga. See? And you like, shit, that bitch done really took care of a lot of shit and you ain't even know it yet. And you like, what? I said, shit. Even these damn walls, like, shit, we already done told you nothing. And these walls ain't even that bad, you know? Even over all these years, but this shit be smelling, you know? Something profusely. And a lot of y'all need to hire some companies and organizations and pressure wash a lot of shit, you know? Even if you ain't got to get it painted, you should always pressure wash this shit. Because this shit been on the walls for about 82 years. Damn, nigga, do you still got lead paint on the walls, motherfucker? And that wouldn't be good. And God says, shit, you better triple check. Because children been up in this bitch. And that's not good, boo. And they like, yeah, let me check on that too. I said, I needed somebody that was going to tell me something and they ain't tell me nothing. I said, I got to watch this bitch grow to know shit. I said, please. We all do. And God said, ain't that the truth? So Cancer women, it's time for you to clean up your act, your old pretend, want to act like you know this and act like you don't know that. You don't know shit. You're like, yeah, I don't know shit. Exactly. And that's your truth. A lot of y'all want to sit up here and act like just because someone is traveling that they got to be what? Be in touch, nigga? I don't want you to come close to me. And you know what? You was a raggedy ass bitch. And you know what? Keep your ass over there. And you want to sit up here and like, yeah, I'll dance in front of the mirror, okay? Do y'all see anything? And that's what y'all want to say, bitch. You know what? We know the whole story, so tell us something different. See? And that bitch ain't even paying attention to y'all stupid asses. And Grandma said, shit, hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more. And that's what my daddy played when he told me, you know what, to get the fuck on, right? Ain't that amazing? Shit. If you know a nigga like that, shit, everybody knows that nigga and says, shit, that was kind of catastrophic and toxic, boo. And y'all don't want to fuck with a nigga that knows that a bitch ain't did nothing wrong, but yeah, he want to play that shit, nigga. Fuck that nigga. Fuck them in the worst way. And y'all overstand that shit. God gotta be working with that bitch. But sometimes God don't be working with that bitch. And her true self really be like, fuck y'all. See? And y'all know that. Y'all like that true self? I don't know what the fuck that is. But whatever the fuck they did to put on autopilot before, can they do that again? Unfortunately, nah. Because we are fully aware now. And a lot of y'all motherfuckers been trying to be putting all these motherfuckers back on autopilot because everybody's true self is starting to come out. And everybody's starting to see that, wait a minute, who is you? And where the fuck you come from? And how the fuck this nigga end up with that bitch over there and this bitch over here and all that? You set that shit up, boo. You was a setup to get wet up, hoe. And that nigga said, I'm figuring that out. Because I wasn't even supposed to be over there and I don't want that bitch and I ain't want to be doing this. And why the fuck I ain't over there? Help me, somebody. And that's what someone needs to know. All y'all Cancer women and fuck people up, baby, to be with y'all. And you act like you innocent. Shit. You a ruthless ass bitch. Celebrity is here. And everybody looking like shit. Why you telling us nothing? Because ain't nobody doing shit. And grandma said they already know now. And whatever you put out there, they like, okay, now what, nigga? Okay, that's a celebrity. Really? It don't look like it. And God said, ain't that the truth? See, dating is here. So a lot of people want to act like, yeah, I think they dating this and I think they're part of this and a part of that. Niggas, stop putting out your motherfucking, okay, sorority, faddish and everything that y'all be doing even years to come. So we got a fake death is here, but ain't nobody fake they death and everybody says shit. Just because someone got the same name don't mean that's the same person. If that's the case, then you know what? My arm is itching. And you know what? If that's the case, a lot of people with Amy Smith is the same person. A lot of people with Jacob Jones is the same person. It don't matter. And grandma said, why y'all trying to act like it matters today? That's stupid, boo. Y'all need to clean up y'all act. And God said, ain't that the truth? So changes in the air, but shit. Grandma said we're going to take a little shower and everything and get ourselves together for bed. Fuck y'all. But we're going to continue to do our readings, okay, once we get done taking a bath. So give us a couple of minutes, boo, okay? Whoever need me to keep on doing these readings, but you can look at the other ones because you missed a lot. And you like, ain't that the truth? So that is here. So a lot of people don't even want people to do what they need to do when they want to do it. And y'all want people to go ahead and try to rent something else and do this and do that and everything. But shit, y'all got y'all money. Y'all like, shit, let that bitch do what the fuck she want to do next time. We got it. I said, shit, didn't we? I said, shit, we needed that. Run that bill up, baby. I said, shit, and they needed it. And they like, shoot, that went right back to there. And they like, shoot, I like her. Take care, boo. Because we needed that for real. And grandma said, didn't they? And that's their truth. A lot of people come through and just do this for a second. But shit, you ran it up. That was good. And you know what? That showed people that we are a viable business. And I said, God is really putting people in certain places and certain situations to really, you know what, take care of everything, boo. And grandma said, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to survive. And it's kind of fucked up that I'm going to survive, but shit, they trying to make me not do this, make me not do that, make me feel this way and all shit. I'm tired, boo. And y'all been doing this shit everywhere I go. And y'all act like this shit is amazing. It's not. Y'all ain't new and y'all ain't doing nothing different. Shit. Y'all doing the same shit. Kind of like, oh, what now? See, dating is here. A lot of y'all motherfuckers be sitting up here like, yeah, we together now. And I got to make sure people, we don't give a fuck, okay? And look, I got to say something about me, bitch, okay? I don't give a fuck who you with, okay? All the niggas that, you know what, I have ever dated or talked to, and nigga, leave me out the equation, bitch, okay? Go get that nigga, okay? Fuck all that, fuck that nigga, do whatever the fuck you want to do with that nigga. I don't give a fuck. Leave me out of the shit. And grandma said, shit, damn. Leave all the bitches out of y'all motherfucking innuendos. Shit. Nobody give a fuck about these niggas like that. And you all up in your feelings and emotions and shit. Oh my God, that's my man. Well, take your man and move the fuck on, bitch. Like shit, nobody wants your raggedy ass, broke down ass nigga. See? Love is here, bitch. So you think that nigga's all that in a bag of chips? That's on you. But you want that bitch to think that way too so you can feel like you got something. Unfortunately, that's not happening. Damn. So you have no motivation to be with a nigga that nobody really even looking at and wanting and all this other stuff and searching up. Oh my God. So what you gonna do? I guess you don't want the nigga no more, huh? You want to throw him back in the sea? Because you always acted like, you know what? He was that one guy under the sea. That nigga, damn nigga. And that's your truth. See, wedding is here. You like shit, that's the only reason why I connected to that nigga, because I thought this bitch and this other bitch want that nigga and all these other niggas want this nigga and everything, and I was like, yeah, I'm no nigga with the bitch and all this other stuff. I'm that one that is with that nigga and everything, and all of a sudden nobody want that nigga, and you like, oh my God, what the fuck am I do? Nobody want that nigga, and I gotta be stuck with that nigga, and I don't want that nigga. I was just okay doing anything for clout. Bitch, don't watch your mouth, but you do anything for clout. And that's what the fuck you did. You did anything for clout. And I said, shit, you did anything for clout like this, bitch, on that level? I said, shit. That's deep, boo. My grandma said, shit, don't we know it? I can't do anything for clout. If that's the case, shit, I would be doing some toxic shit out here in these broke-ass streets. And I can't do it, baby, unfortunately. God said, ain't that the truth? So your ass and literally got together with a nigga because you thought that nigga was going to be amazing or something. So sliding in, sliding out on, I don't know what the fuck. But your ass is looking like shit. We done ran up this and now nobody can do shit. And why would you do that? And you thought that what? Somebody was going to send y'all a approval. He said, shit. Hey, y'all can't even get it like that. And God said, damn. Y'all thought it was going to be happiness for you, but shit, it didn't end up being that, boo. It says, time apart with you was the happiest moment of my life. And God said, shit, all y'all faked y'all death. And a lot of y'all can't even put in no documentation of shit no more. And you really looking like, yeah, because we did. Shit, I ain't faking my death, baby. It says, your beautiful soul is what I crave the most. So even though y'all have ran up some unfortunate debt, they can't even bill you because you dead. And they don't even know how you was able to access this and access that. But shit, did you find the love of your life on the road? And you like, no, I didn't, so I had to come back. And someone knows that here too. He like, shit, I'm kind of like the love of your life, but you ain't even overstanding that yet. But when you overstand, you'll be out there, keep on searching, searching, searching. And then you'll end up right back with that nigga. And you like, but I don't want that nigga. Nobody want him no more. And that's your thing, bitch. You looking at that nigga like when everybody wanted him, I wanted him. But now everybody don't want him. I got to be on you looking for something. And that's what you're doing. So it's time for you to clean up your act, because someone here is going to be like, you know what? I'd rather just let everybody know that I'm alive again so I can move forward here too. And that's y'all truth. Yeah, you are my total world. So someone here cares about you, boo. And you need to know that here too. And grandma says, shit, we going to take a shower and come back, okay? Because we getting sleepy. And you know what? We got to do what's best for us too, niggas. Yeah, it says we are a perfect match made in heaven. So someone here loves you, boo. Okay? You know, a lot of y'all Cancer women are fake, phony, and fictitious. We know. It takes all kinds. That's what that bitch said. I said, don't it? But all kinds to be how vibrational That's what we should have put at the end, bitch. And I said, ain't that the truth? So change is in the air, because you know what? I'm tired. And y'all act like I ain't tired, but I'm poop, boo. And I need to take another allergy pill, and the allergy pill gonna make me sleepy, and I gotta take some more ibuprofen, but I ain't got no ibuprofen. I'm gonna take some aspirin, and you know what? Move this shit around. Confirmation. And I gotta go poop later, and that's a good thing, because I gotta get all this shit out of my body, because Grandma said I got a long road ahead. So tomorrow I'm not going to be posting nothing, and I'm going to be relaxing, okay? So watch all the previous videos, but we going to put all these on block. And God said, damn, she crazy. But don't put them on block, bitch. And that's how God feel. But her inner child say, shit, y'all don't do right by me, fuck y'all. And I said, that's how she feels. So y'all need to go ahead and cash out me, EEI-GROW8. And you know what? Do right by me, and I'll leave them up. But I ain't going to leave them up until y'all do right by me. And God says, shit, she's such a fucking stubborn bitch. But y'all know she a Taurus. She used to be a Taurus in her past life. Taurus South, no, baby. Already been where you at, nigga. I already know you ain't shit. And I said, this bitch can really turn into an ain't shit ass bitch if y'all want to see it. And I said, yeah, you don't want to see that. Bitch. And God said, ain't that the truth? So a lot of y'all motherfucking Cancer women, this nigga is crazy about you, okay? And he don't even know how he ended up having a baby with this bitch and nigga over there and be fucking all this other stuff, but you know. And you was fucking up that nigga on the low. And God said, shit, I don't give a fuck who fucking up this bitch. She be right there by herself. Fuck you mean? Is anybody up in there? And if her son is up in there, shit, I said, mama got so many safety pins in her clothes. Can't nobody get that shit off of her. Safety pin mama, okay? She walking around with a big and all the safety pins say, we is in the other sweater. Damn, we still here. Come get us, okay, soon. And that's what we gonna do. Come get y'all soon. We on our way. And God said they gonna be super excited. Damn. And then you gonna have to carry both of us again. She like, shit. She gonna take what she need. And you know what? I keep the rest for you, baby. How you doing? I know I was a fucked up ass nigga. Then that other nigga want to keep your shit. I said, no, I'm going to keep the shit. And I was like, no, nigga, you can't even show a bitch where the fuck to go and everything. She had to find out where the fuck she need to go and all this other shit. And that nigga said, I know. And I was trying to wet up and set up and everything. Now you want to sit up here and love her. She don't play that shit. She said, love off top, nigga. Okay? Love on top. Is that a song, nigga? By Beyonce? Something like that. And God said that's what that other nigga overstands. So that other nigga wasn't even taking the bag and everything. And the other nigga said, yeah, see, you can't touch shit, nigga. I'm the new one. And he like, I'ma love it off top, baby. How you doing? You got the little bag? That bag is little. Unbeknownst to these niggas. And I said, ain't that the truth? I think that's her little bag. Eventually, she's gonna have a big ass, dumb ass bag coming through here. And I don't know what that fuck that bitch traveling with. And I said, she gonna lose so much shit, but they make sure that you get all your shit with you. And I said, that bitch tried to leave that shit. Take that bag over there. We know you got it. And that's our truth here, boo. So someone here is your match made in heaven, stupid hoe. And you act like, you know what, you don't love that nigga no more because he falling apart and he ain't all that and all this and all that and everything. And you looking at him like, That's how you be looking at that nigga. But when he was all a celebrity, sliding in and sliding out and being amazing and shit, your ass was all up in his grill like, yeah, that's mine. Get back, bitch. I'll fight you. That's mine. You one of them bitches. Not cool. You should be trying to heal that nigga and get him back together so he can be that nigga again. And you like, I'm not one of them bitches. I'm kind of like that one bitch from that one movie that be sitting up here, you know what, coming to all the niggas that got the money and everything, and then that nigga fell, okay, loving basketball. No, it wasn't loving basketball. It was the one with Queen Latifah in it. She called herself really Ice-T, and they gave Ice-T to something else, and Queen Latifah said, shit, I don't want to be called Queen Latifah, and I don't even like the fuck Ice-T anyways. And God says, see? She don't like sounds. She be like, nigga, you up in here? Ain't nobody else up in that bitch with her. And God said, I think I need to get waxed, y'all. I need y'all to send me some money or I'm going to be having a beard around this bitch and be like, damn, y'all did me wrong. And God said, ain't that the truth? Shit, she gonna be around here like shit. Y'all ain't gonna know who the fuck that bitch is. And y'all gonna be like, ding, crazy bitch. And God said, pay attention here, boo. A lot of y'all need to pour love into those that is around you. See? And it's important to pour love into those around you, okay? And I know, you know what, this bitch that's talking to y'all, she poured love into everybody, and look at her. I know. Damn. I ain't even a perfect example. You right, bitch. They all fucked me up. And they all didn't love me, and I poured love into everybody, and everybody says, shit, it's best to not love. Fuck you, nigga. Get your old tie raggedy ass on somewhere, nigga. But grandma said, you know what? Love is about to take hold of everybody pretty soon. And this young lady that's looking at you, you know what? She wanted to say hello and chop it up with your weird ass. But you never was able to chop it up even when you was a little girl. You just weird. And and your grandma said, it's okay. You my grandbaby. Hey, weird grandbaby. How you doing? You okay? You thought you found you a man that was going to be all that and everything, and then come to find out that nobody want that nigga. And you feel like you've been drugged up and you shouldn't be where you at. And you like, shit, Solomon Gomorrah. Solomon Gomorrah around here, shit. And God said, that's how you feel, boo. You feel like you really don't even know how none of this happened in your life. And God said, that's what you need to know here too. So change is in the air. And I just saw it says you deserve this new beginning. Approved. See? So don't get excited. It's going to be an approval, and that's a good thing. You like, okay, thank you for an approval. And they really is looking for people to do what they used to do. Oh, thank you, you know. Thank you so much, though, for giving me nothing. For giving me shit that I already own, for shit that I already deserved, for sitting up here making me grovel and, you know what, ask for this and ask for that and act like it's okay. And they know it. Backstabbers is here, baby. Somebody been fucking your ass up on the low, too. You like, yeah. Okay, let me stay 10 toes down on myself. Ignore this shit. Don't even say shit about it. You like, yeah. I ain't got time for this old raggedy ass niggas. Did we get our straight knife in the mail yet, bitch? We need our curved knife, too. And that one bitch that still got my curved knife, she said, yeah. These niggas know I got that. And they like, shit, why the fuck you got on her gym shoes so much? Because you can wear them. And you can wear them. And I said, she said I can wear them. And you can. Shit, keep them damn shoes. And keep that knife. And if anybody come next to you, shit. Grandma said you gonna get a slap on the wrist. And them niggas don't like that. See? These niggas want to act like they want to wet up and set up all the vehicles that you got to ride and drive, but you ain't even driving no more. See? And you really injured yourself. And God said, damn. Ain't that your truth? So everybody looking like shit. Oh, that's kind of fucked up. Now they got to drive everything that they done fucked up, boo. Elevation is key. God got your back. Can we get not on the phone? God says shit. Create whatever you need to create in this world. And take care of yourself, baby. You know? A lot of us got to do what we got to do. And God says shit. Didn't I tell you we balance, boo? You said, don't we know it, nigga? And that one bitch was acting like she don't need to do this and need to do that. And this one bitch is trying to look and say, why you ain't do this today? I was trying to look like you and act like, you know what? I'm from not Mongolia. But she is. See? And she really looking like shit. I think that is one of my little sisters over there that's acting like she was India. I said, all these motherfuckers acting like they don't know what race they are, but shit, okay. I think that is her sister. And this motherfucker want to act like she from India. I said, ain't you Arabian, bitch? I said, it'll be fucked up if this bitch start going around and talking like shit. Ain't your auntie down the street, nigga, that look just like me? Can you go get her so I can talk to her? I don't want to talk to none of y'all other motherfuckers. Let me talk to the elders. Let me bring this shit to the elders. Auntie, cousins that's old enough to understand what they supposed to do. Go get grandpa, okay? Grandpa, even though he toxic, he like shit. Do right by the bitch. Damn. So we can get a blessing, nigga. Damn. The elders overstand this shit. And even them toxic elders at that hospital was like, shit, we're just gonna watch. We ain't gonna participate in that crazy shit. We'll fuck up with the niggas that already fuck up. But that one ain't fucking up and ain't know it, boo. See? God says shit. Ain't that the truth? So let's see, y'all. We're about to take an allergy pill because my allergies is really kicking my booty. And this menopause kicking my butt too. Be careful, Cancer women. And some of y'all already in menopause and you like, shit, why didn't they tell us this shit? And what the fuck? And why we here? And why the fuck am I this old, bitch? Huh? That's because we wasted our whole life ripping and running for other people, making them feel good, making them this, making them that. Oh, if they didn't have it, it was all their world. But they ain't thinking about us. They ain't thinking about our world. They ain't run around and rip the streets and make everything better for us. They like, don't we know it, bitch? Shit. We were doing all kind of shit, backflips and shit. Is that good enough now? Oh, let me do this. Let me cut off a couple of arms. Are you okay now? These niggas didn't give a fuck. Spoiled ass niggas. They got so much love in them, they can go about 40 years without love. Hey, 40 years without love, I'll see y'all in 40 years, nigga. You like, you know what? Okay, see you in 40 years. Because it's going to take a long time for your ass to heal from all this shit. Fuck. Can we talk about it, bitch? Damn. Can we have a conversation? 24 hours is here. And it says God is working out. You like, yeah, I need to call you and talk to you and everything. But shit, everybody looking like, shoot, it better be all Gucci. I don't give a fuck what goes on. And everybody looking like, you know what? They told you to stop doing this, nigga. And that nigga said, shit, I'm okay now. I took this and took that. Now I feel better. That other shit, whatever that nigga gave somebody, they say, yeah, that could have been catastrophic. But you gave somebody some shit. And his ass will never trust you another motherfucking again. And he looking like, yeah, that bitch didn't like the fact that I was taking over. And I'm better than that other nigga. And you was a hating ass bitch. See? And your ass gonna have to pay for this shit. And he like, yeah, I'm much better now. Somebody else is taking something that's going to cure me even further. And I said, you know what? Now this is whoa, bitch. And you don't like that. See? And people is looking like shit. They want to not tell you nothing but shoo. That's not good. And I said, the fuck? Now I gotta sit here. I ain't going nowhere. Shut the fuck up. I'm sitting right here, bitch. Shut the fuck up. If you say anything, shit, I'll jump up and make it not look sexy, bitch. I'll fuck it up. I said, ain't that the truth? Fuck it up, baby. I said, yeah, we all need to come out of nowhere with this energy. I said, shit, where's my shit? And I said, yeah, they up in there behind this and behind that, and that nigga didn't want you to know that. And I said, see, niggas be doing shit. And I said, yeah, all they do is rob, kill, steal, and destroy, but this nigga need everything. And he like, ain't that the truth? Now, I said, you spoiled brat motherfucker. You is a spoiled brat. Ain't they is, ain't they? Spoiled brat niggas. I said, yeah, he used to that. We ain't used to nothing, nigga. This is normal around here. What's going on? That nigga said, not today, tomorrow, next week, and forevermore. But they said, shit, something's on its way. And it is. So he can calm down. So if you're dealing with the water sign, born porous here. Dealing with the earth sign, it says take what you need, okay, and leave the rest. Start preparing. Dealing with the air sign, it says the social butterfly is here. And dealing with the fire sign, it says the Five of Pentacles energy is here, but a good thing is here too. So it's a good thing that someone here is left out in the cold, because they ain't got to deal with a lot of shit that, you know what, people want to put in people's areas and spaces. And even though they're exposed to this somewhat, but y'all really need to start looking at stuff, okay? Look at your filters. Look at your windows. Look at your boiler system, okay? Even if y'all never ever, y'all lived in the house and y'all live in the house, go downstairs, bitch, investigate, damn. Shit, I ain't never seen a bunch of niggas that don't want to look into shit, you know? My daddy one of them niggas, you know? I'm sitting up here in the motherfucking house. This shit smelling and talking about the sump pump and everything. He got the gas, motherfucker. You got to turn the gas on. Remember, if you turn the gas off, turn the oven on. That shit is bogus, you know? And that nigga's doing this shit and acting like it's okay. Shit, fuck that. A lot of y'all need to get off y'all ass and start investigating, okay? Investigate. See what the fuck is going on with your body. See what the fuck is going on with your family, with your friends. You know what? Pick up the phone, be like, bitch, do you ever feel like this happened and that happened and all this other shit? You know? Communicate. And that's what y'all haven't been doing. Y'all literally haven't been communicating, and that's what's fucking up y'all body minds. Y'all really haven't been doing soul searching, you know? And it's kind of fucked up, but I haven't had a lot of support in my life, right? And it has allowed me to be a person that has to investigate even further. So even when I start a job, or even when I start, you know what, living in a house and everything, you know what, because my kids was raised in a house. I mean, literally they had houses majority of the time, and living in an apartment was never ever thing, you know, too much, too long. And I literally had to learn how to do a lot of repairs and things myself. You know, I literally had to look up shit, you know, change the filters, do this, do that, you know what I'm saying? And God said, shit, I could have got a ladder and repaired that roof with no problem, but shit, I was so confused because a lot of people was fucking us up in that house, and I didn't even know it until later on here too. And that's kind of fucked up that y'all literally want to demand rent from people, demand people to do this, demand people to do that, but you drugging people up and you fucking people up. So now I gotta sit up here and what? Not beat your ass. And grandma said, that nigga found some shit and say, you know what? I should beat your ass. And you like, yeah, that is kind of fucked up because it was you that was fucking up everything. And you've been doing it for years. And ain't nobody paid attention to go investigate and see what the fuck was going on. And that's sad, you know? You literally fucked up your whole entire family for what? You got a mind that say you don't care. And it's not even being sick and demented and twisted. You just want to see how to murder people on the low. And you literally been trying to murk your whole family on the low for years. And you literally just sat up here and desecrated the grave of something very valuable in order to act like you needed this. And when you did this and when you do this, they're going to be like, wait a minute. Did you just get that from the grave of your father? Because if you did, we can't do shit about it. And you like, shit, I needed it. And you went ahead and took it. And that's what you know too. A lot of y'all finna start digging up all these bodies that got all these riches in it. Because a lot of y'all are broke now. See? And you don't want to tell people that you broke. But you are. You ain't got no more money. And you looking like, yeah, but dad got this on him and dad got that on him. And you like, shit, I don't know why you would bury it with me anyways. So come get it, stupid ass bitch. And you like, shit, that's what you heard. And you like, ain't that the truth? So stay 10 toes down with y'all self and take care of you, boo. Okay.